guys, welcome to your moon reading. We have the waxing gibbous moon in Taurus starting on November 17th and spanning all the way to November 19th when we move into a full moon in the sign of Taurus. And we have a lunar eclipse on November 19th as well in Taurus. After that, on the same day, we'll be sliding into Gemini, right? But for this reading, we're going to take a look at the energies for the waxing gibbous moon in Taurus. Wow, lots going on. Let's see what's happening. What message would you like to offer us, guys? Oh God. First thing they're saying is choose wisely. Oh gosh, here's this theme again in the month of November. Look at that. I took it back to go and choose wisely and then stuff fell out anyway. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. So, if you've been following, oops, look at that. Oh, wow. The cards are just speaking for themselves. If you've been following the November weekly readings and the November monthly reading that I put out in the beginning of the month, then you will remember that a major theme for the month of November is to have emotional triggers come up, so that you can take a look at what's going on within your shadows, within your psyche, and so that you can make a decision in terms of what direction to go towards, either to stay with the old patterns and conditioning and kind of stay comfortable in that shadowy energy or that low vibe energy, or to be a little uncomfortable as you break out of that and move into something that is better suited for you at a higher frequency. Yeah. That being said, let's look at this. Okay. I was, as I was explaining that I was feeling myself being pulled this way, it makes sense that the Eight of Emotions or Eight of Cups, which is all about walking away from something, letting something go, relinquishing, is coming out in the reverse. We also have the Five of Pentacles, which is about low self-worth, low confidence, those lower frequencies coming in the reverse as well. So that's interesting. So we have energies that are stuck or not, or choosing actually not to move forward, but coinciding with energies that don't vibe as low frequency, as low confidence. Now that, oh my God, stop. I was just about to say, now that doesn't make sense to me. I literally scratched my head as I was just about to say that reeks and that speaks of denial. And look at the next card. It's the deception card. Yeah, Seven of Voices. Okay. So Spirit is saying that during this moon time, this full moon where we're supposed to just let stuff go, right? During this time, they want you to recognize that, hey, everything is not hunky-dory. In fact, at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Five of Cups. This is grief card. This is grief energy. So Spirit, look at the card right underneath. It's the Devil card. So Spirit is saying that you may, and specifically for those of you who are carrying these energies or this idea that, hey, nothing's wrong with me, I'm okay, I have nothing to let go of, I've let go of everything. Spirit is asking you to look a little deeper. Now, how they want you to look deeper is by, first of all, acknowledging the truth. Hey, I'm not walking away from something. That's true. I'm not letting something go. Hey, I do have low self-worth when it comes to A, B, C, and D. And how do you know? You may think everything's cool, but you will know by looking at the actual emotions that you feel throughout the day. Yeah, do you have a great relationship? Or do you find yourself annoyed throughout the day, constantly checking your phone to see if this person has messaged you? Oh, you see they posted something again on their Instagram. It's almost like they didn't listen to the last conversation you guys had about how uncomfortable you are with some of the things they post, or maybe in the job market something is going on that causes you consternation. Spirit is saying, hey, how could you be a-okay if these things are still going on, right? It doesn't mean that you won't be a-okay, but it does mean that you do still have some stuff to work at. 4 minutes and 40. Oh, I meant to say 44 seconds and they they said 45 seconds, right? So this is something that you are going to feel uncomfortable about. I do feel that if you do not let go, or start to make these motions to acknowledge what you're holding on to, and to start really praying to let it go, and really taking those action steps, it's almost like they're going to turn the heat up a little bit. Because look at this Knight of Materials. It's the Knight of Pentacles, which is always a great card, but it means, like, steadfast energy, moving forward, plotting forward, putting one foot in front of the other, giving the good effort. Like, that's all great, but this energy feels very inconsistent, because this beautiful horse is coming in like, yeah, everything's looking good. I've got my flower in my head, and I'm good. Nothing's wrong with me. But then we slid right into lack of integrity city. So Spirit is saying, wake up. Yeah, because we have the deception card right here. We got the devil card right here hanging out as well. Okay. Now, interesting. Look at how these two cards are mirroring each other. It's almost like once you recognize the devil energy, in other words, the shadow energy, the energy where you're out of integrity with yourself, that sets this world, this fake world, on fire, right? And guess what? If you're on fire, you're gonna have to do your best to really try to put it out. But first thing that you have to do is to embrace it. Embrace it. Yeah, embrace it. Understand, is that my ship on fire? It is my ship on fire. I have a ship that is on fire. Yeah, you have to acknowledge it. And as you do that, look what comes in. Water. It's like, look at these two energies that look like water, waiting for you to acknowledge it so you can turn around and just get doused. And look, we've got the Muse of Emotions, Muse of Water, Muse of Cups, just waiting to douse you. Right? So Spirit is saying that you don't need to be suffering. It's not about suffering. We only suffer when we resist. And what is it that you're resisting? Acknowledging something. So if you are holding on to something, long story short, going into this moon in Taurus, then you are going to be feeling a bit of the burn, okay? And I don't mean Bernie. I don't mean Bernie Sanders. I feel it's more like the BURN type of burn. But it's designed for your health and well-being. Look at the Emperor. Look at you. Yeah. Once you can really acknowledge this, look, then she starts dancing it off. Look at how the inflammation becomes less. Now it's just a little, little shirt. And all of the inflammation that she was carrying is now dropped to the ground. Right? Yeah. That's all Spirit wants. Oh. Wow. Okay. Well, what do you guys want? Because your energy is all over the place. This is the Strength card, but it was like pushed away. You know what this is? This is Spirit trying to come in to help you, but some of you are just rejecting it. It's like, and I completely understand that, because the energy that's coming through is like that type of energy when somebody's hurt. Wow, well, you weren't there when I needed you. Oh, but now you want to come in? No. It's kind of like that energy. Get away from me. I don't want to talk to you anymore. So this is hurt energy. So a lot of us carry around this hurt energy because, let's face it, we've all on this earthly plane felt abandoned by God, or whatever energy you choose to give that designation to, right? We've all felt abandoned, and we may not realize that we're walking around with that energy, but we are. And that energy of abandonment leads to resentment, and it leads to defense mechanisms. So just assume that we all have it already. So really ask yourself, how am I blocking, Spirit from coming in and giving me the comfort and the guidance and the way showing that I need? And really try to put those flames out by acknowledging it. I really like this card because look at how we go from over here thinking everything's perfect, and then acknowledging the shadow energy, the inconsistencies, all of that, and it lights our world on fire. And guess what? Hot potato, you want to drop that as fast as you can. Right? Because you don't want to, it's either you're in this full-on grief that looks just cold and everything, or you're just, now you're looking at the pain and it's hot and you just need to get rid of it. But all you need to do is acknowledge that it's true that you have those feelings. Oh, hate your mother? Yeah, admit it. admit it, right? And, you stole money out of the register, admit it. All right. You lied to your boss, admit it. Okay? You don't really like your husband or wife, admit it to yourself. To God. Don't tell them yet. And talk to God first. Okay? Because when you do that, the soothing energies are immediately ready to flow in, and that's all spirit wants. They want the acknowledgement from you. The acknowledgement brings an energetic shift in your field, and it's almost like allowing, it's like it needs to turn, and then when you acknowledge it, now it can keep turning again. That's all. But when we get stuck and we don't want to face things, understandably, because it's painful, we get stuck, right? And so look at this. When you continue to do more, look at now how she's taken her shirt, the inflammation that used to be fully engulfing, actually, and she's like, put it into 2 little balls to getting ready to throw each into the bin. And so Spirit is saying that's the beauty that can come 11 minutes, 11 seconds when you collaborate with Spirit. See how they're always on time. Ooh, what is this? They're always on time. Someone's kids I'm getting, I don't know who this is for, 11 minutes, 22 seconds. Someone's kids are getting in the way of a romance. All right? Someone's kids are getting in the way of a romance. Now I know, guys, listen, I know some of you like, what do you mean? You can't choose someone over your kids, and we don't know what the story is there. What if we're talking about somebody who's grown and they have some grown kids, and these grown kids are not recognizing, look, mommy or daddy need love too. Look, you're out there doing you, out in your grown life. You expect me to sit here in this empty nest and while away because you don't feel comfortable with me dating? All of a sudden now we're like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I thought you meant that she had 3 kids and no, we don't care what you think, right? So you see what Spirit is trying to show us, perspective is everything. So this is going back to the week 3 November reading that I just posted. One of the messages the Spirit was saying was about learning to listen, because you're so quick to judge, and you're gonna, sometimes we don't realize we're judging. Someone says one statement, and then you're already jumping on it, and you don't realize the full story. And if you hear the full story, it's like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. Well, Spirit's like, no, it's not okay. Part of a soul's evolution, any soul's evolution, is to get quiet and to listen, because the more that you listen, the more that you're able to realize nobody wants to hear your opinion. God bless. And I realize the irony of me sitting here doing this session, but then again, I am channeling. Okay, take it as you wish. God bless. But so some of you, they're saying, need to nip it in the bud. That's coming through pretty strong, because no one wants to know there's a murderer, but what if you murdered in self-defense? What if you murdered because, so these things have areas that aren't so black and white. So Spirit is saying, shh, okay? What? If that's for you. Let's look at this. Oh my God. They're so funny. See, I was holding this card all the time and look at it. That's right. Yeah. I know you want to say something. No one wants to hear it. And if Spirit's coming through to, tell you to, nip it, you need to nip it, and nip it good. Love you. All right. 5 of Voices. Now that goes right into the next stage. Stop talking about others and look at yourself. Because when we look at ourselves, that's when we realize, oh my God, I have a lot of stuff to work through. I don't have time to be focusing on other people. And really, the wise men know that other people are just reflections of ourselves. So you could sit and waste your time talking about other people when you're really talking about yourself, or you can just stop talking about other people and start looking at yourself and just cut out how many years of your life, right? And they're saying from that mindset, can you really start to grow? Because here, not only grow as an individual, but grow things, right? But look, see here, you were completely engulfed and inflamed, right? And you started to tell the truth about your shadows and the truth about your feelings. And again, no one's saying you have to be healed overnight. Oh my gosh, you've got 3 days while the moon's in Taurus to heal. No, they're saying this is about you coming to a point of awareness and speaking it, speaking that truth to spirit, to your guides, to your angels. They're here, they're waiting, they love you, and they're listening, right? They're watching you watch this. They're watching me make this too, and and they're telling me what to say. So we're all here. But you see how you go from here, and then you somehow make all of that come into something wonderful that you can use moving forward, and you could share. You see, at some point you start collecting your own stuff. It's like 1, 2, 3, and look how she like throws it up. 4, and then other people can come and experience it and learn from you. That's how this is. So our spirit guides are really, really. Oh, they're saying we're really friendly too. They're saying it. They're so cute. They said it that way. We're really friendly too. Yeah, they're really friendly. They really are. They really are. So cute. Your spirit guides are really asking you to consider releasing. Here's the hangman, the energies that we started the reading with. The hangman is about stagnation, right? But usually it implies that there's some deeper wisdom. It's a staying in place for wisdom to come through. But sometimes it's just you're hanging out. You're just, well, hanging out there, and you want the eye to be used properly, right? So Spirit is saying that, yeah, let's take this moment to kind of learn. What's this? What is this? Oh, I love that. It's almost like, look at that transformation, like taking this and just throwing it off, just throwing all that fire off. So no, you're no longer walking the earth with these shadows, these projections going outward. This is what it means to own your projection. To own your projection means to be, number one, aware that you are projecting out onto the world. We all are. We all can only see that which we have within. That's it. But we're like human projectors. We project onto the people, places, things, and situations around us. And that projection actually calls to us experiences that only serve to confirm the bias that we already had. It's called confirmation bias. So if you feel like crap on the inside, you have low self-worth, guess what? You're going to experience out there. But sadly, then we forget that and we keep saying, oh, these people are making me feel this way and this and that. No, you felt that way first, and you have yet to recognize that. And so it's just projected out to people outside of you. You see lazy people because you're lazy. You see, it's one of those things. And the mark of someone who has reached a certain place in their journey is that they've understood that. They're not in that place where they're like, that's not me. In fact, you'll listen. They'll say something like, oh, at the end of the day, I realized that I was the issue. I was the one who had this problem. I had to change the way I saw things. Yeah, that's the sign of someone who's made it to a certain place in their soul's journey, in their healing journey, where they can connect back to themselves. And when we can truly do that, that's when we release the people around us. That's when we I was like, get rid of. That's when we get rid of our teachers. The people in our lives who hurt us, who, all of this, we can finally release them. There was that really nice story time. There was that really nice story that I'm going to try not to butcher, where I think I've told this before, where there were two monks walking, and along their path, they found an old lady. And the old lady asked for help crossing the river. So one of the monks put the old lady on to his back, and they crossed the river. All the while, they just did their thing. They got there, and when they got to the other side, the old lady thanked him, and she was on her way. And it wasn't too long afterward when the monk who had helped her realized that the other monk wasn't too happy about it. He's like, why? And the other monk was like, dude, you're what are you doing? You're a monk. You're not supposed to be carrying people across on your back and this and that. Have you no pride and shame for carrying that woman? And he's like, my friend, I just took her across the river. You're the only one still carrying her. And it was one of those moments where it's like, oh, okay. Well, I don't know what the moment was for the other monk, but I imagine that he got the point. And so that's what Spirit is saying. When we're finally able to forgive and release someone, it's because, we've had a realization. And guess what? That realization is, it's a perception shift, a shift in perception. So my friends, in this moon in Taurus, and going straight into that full moon in Taurus and that lunar eclipse, this is the time for you to really, 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 really let go of what you can. And it's okay if there are certain things you can't let go of yet. You just tell Spirit, I would love to let go of this, but I'm struggling to do just that. Look at this, it's the wheel coming right out to support us. And look at the bottom of the deck. We've got this beautiful 10 of emotions, 10 of cups, emotional fulfillment. There's fulfillment to come just from being able to voice those feelings that we've been hiding from, okay? So if I may leave you with anything, it would be to really take some time to really think, what is it that I don't want to acknowledge within myself? What am I keeping to myself? What am I lying to myself about? What feelings make me uncomfortable? You can also start with, who in my life do I not like? And try to pay special attention to the people that don't make that list. 21 minutes, 21 seconds. There are people who will not make that list of people you don't like because you're in denial about it, okay? Who are people who I like, but I wish they would change their ways? That's a nice list to really look for those hidden people. So look for things that are escaping you, all right? And really work towards asking Spirit to help you to release them. Okay? And one more thing I want to say is, when it's time to do release work, sometimes we have trouble connecting with the things that we need to release because we're so much in our defense mechanisms, whether it's dissociation, in one way, one form or another, whether it's, escapism, drinking, shopping, daydreaming, whatever. So really try to look for any defense mechanisms that you may actually be carrying with you at this time. That some of us are just scrolling on Instagram, mindless things, when you're doing mindless things, or watching TV just to escape. These are things that you want to acknowledge, because underneath there will lie the thing that you're trying to not look at. And the thing that you're trying to not look at is the thing that you're going to have to look at and acknowledge and ask Spirit to release you from, okay? Anyway, so thank you guys. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or an energy healing session with me, you know where to find me. Just check for my Etsy information. And until then, please do your best with this moon and Taurus energy. Have fun letting go around the full moon, and keep your eyes peeled for that lunar eclipse. And all right. And check out the week 3 November reading, which should be out already. All right. Thank you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah.